Yes, hello, I am back, and I am back with something a little bit new. We're trying something out, we'll see how it goes. As I'm sure you could probably tell from the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be managing Sheffield United, and they finished bottom of the league, just like in real life, and I'm going to be trying to rebuild them, and taking them back to where they belong, maybe, in the Premier League, at the first time of asking. It could go one of two ways. It could be an absolute success and I'll be a genius, or it could go absolutely disastrously. So you'll just have to stay tuned to find out. But this video, it's not going to be a playthrough series kind of thing. It's going to be a one and done. We'll go through the whole season in this one video. But before we go any further, I'd just like to say welcome back to those of you who are coming back. That is, you might have forgotten who I am by now. Calum, right, just so you know. If you are new around here, however, though, please be sure to subscribe with notifications on. I've got new ideas now. I know what I'm doing. I've got a lot of videos planned, so it's worth sticking around for. As I said, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you do not miss out on those. There's more to come. There's more to come, I promise. Now, I should probably explain a little bit more about the concept of this video. As we can see here, Sheffield United finished bottom of the league, much like they did in real life, but you'll also notice that the other two teams that got relegated are Fulham and West Brom, who also both got relegated in real life. I am going to attempt to rebuild each of those three clubs across three separate videos and have them return to the Premier League at the first time of asking. It could go very, very badly, as I mentioned. But I will not be signing the same players in any of these saves, just so you know. So it will be different, and I'm going to run through each of the seasons just in one video. We're just going to get it done, out of the way, no playthrough kind of thing. We're just going to see if I can rebuild these clubs and get them back to where they belong. But in addition to the three teams going down that went down in real life, so far, the two teams that have been promoted at time of recording, Norwich and Watford, have also been promoted in this, trying to get it as realistic as possible without having to sim a season hundreds of times to get it right. And now, as I've been appointed right at the end of the season, when they've got relegated, ahead of the big rebuild, they'll get me in nice and early. It's smart from Sheffield United, unlike appointing Paul Heckingbottom until the end of the season. Don't know why they thought they could save him. He could save them. Bad idea, but I can't speak, so I don't know why I'm slagging off Paul Heckingbottom. Anyway, the first thing we're going to do is not offer any of these players' contracts other than our boy Daniel Jebson, who's done very, very well in the Premier League in real life since coming in towards the back end of the season. So we're going to offer him a deal in the hope that he'll stay. I would like to offer John Lundstrom a new contract, but apparently he doesn't want to be here, so what's the point in keeping him then? I've also noticed they've got Jack Rodwell on the books. Just why? Did you not watch Sunderland Till I Die? And here we are. We've got Daniel Jebson to agree to these terms. We want to keep him around the club. He's got 2.5-star potential apparently, but he's only 17. He's got a lot of room to grow, and we're about to get relegated into the Championship, so he probably will get his chance at some point throughout the season. And yet, I'm just in the door and John Lundstrom hates me, so it's a good start. And now, from a quick look at the Sheffield United squad, it's clear to see that goal scoring has been a bit of a problem. Other than for Oli McBurnie, strangely. Glad he's using aggression for something else in this, so that's good. 20 goals for Oli McBurnie in 45 appearances all told. But after that, there's not a lot going on there. David McGoldrick the next with 8. So we might need to get someone in to help support him. I was thinking they've got Ryan Brewster, so in the Championship, he might be okay, but he only played 5 times for them this season, so that might be part of their problem, I think probably through injury. The squad needs a fair bit of work, and talking of our squad, let's have a little look at it properly. Going into next season, I will be happy with Aaron Ramsdale as our number 1. I think he's a decent goalkeeper, he's young, he's got all the sort of raw attributes there, he'll get better, but in terms of going down into the Championship, you're probably not going to get a lot better than him without spending a lot of cash money. I'll probably look to try and hold this back 4 together of Baldock, O'Connell, Egan and Stevens, although as you can see both the fullbacks do have interest from Premier League clubs. So that'll be very, very tough. But behind them, we do have Jayden Bogle, who's very capable in the Championship. And my boy, Max Lowe, former Aberdeen loanee. Absolutely loved him when he was there. And he's good. He's a good fullback. Definitely very good going forward and very athletic, which is key for what we're going to want to do. We want to get fullbacks up in support of those ahead of them. But we mentioned those ahead of them. Right now, nobody. There's basically no wingers at the club. Kind of Oliver Burke, but look at him. He's not great. We'll probably try and move him on, having had a closer look at him. Yeah, not the best. So we're going to bring a lot of wingers in the closed season. But another man that will be key to us bouncing back is this fella, Sander Berge. Everybody knows about him. He's bloody brilliant. He's probably too good to be the Championship, so if we can hold on to him, we'll probably have pulled off a worldie. So we'll see how that goes. He's bloody good. We need him to be key. We need him to dictate the play, to be in charge of games. If we're going to win games, basically, he'll need to play well if we're going to bounce back. I'll probably find a partner for him. Someone, perhaps a goal-scoring midfielder is what I would like. Joe Willock, if you're free, mate. Yes, please. I love you so much. Please stay at Newcastle in real life. I'm with John Fleck in behind them for now. Anyway, that's subject to change. As an anchor man, just a sort of little transition player between the midfield and the defence too. We've got some options on the bench. We're going to need some more centre mids as well, because it'll be a long old season. It'll be a long slog. In terms of strikers, I did think maybe we might need more, but now Ryan Brewster's fit. Lys Mousset is there, and Billy Sharp too. And you're probably thinking, what about David McGoldrick, Calum? As well as Oli Burke, we're probably going to be looking to move on this lot. They're not much use, essentially, is what I'm thinking. I'm also thinking I'll maybe create a 4-4-2 tactic as well for in the games that we're going for it a little bit more. But we'll see how that goes. The next time you see me, hopefully I'll have a settled squad and we'll be ready and raring to go. Stay tuned. And here we are, the 31st of August. The transfer window has just slammed shut. Our season is underway and we've completed all the signings that we wanted to. We've not done as much as an overhaul as I thought we were going to be honest. We'll go through the players I sold first, the players I told to get out of Sheffield.
Get out!
And the first man out the door was this fella, Oli Burke. He looks terrible, in all honesty, in terms of his attributes, and especially when you consider, well, they paid 4 million for him, but somehow I managed to make some profit, 2 million profit to another Premier League club, despite the fact the last time he was in the Premier League, he played twice, didn't do anything. I don't know why they've paid money for him, but I'm glad they have. 6 million quid in the coffers. He's somehow worth even more than that now. I don't know. He's like falling up the ladder. Well, I guess he's not, because he's still at Cardiff. It's not great, is it? Sorry, Cardiff fans, if you're watching. Wes Foderingham was next. Definitely didn't just sell him because he used to play for Rangers. Not at all. He wasn't even very good for them, so that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. He was our probably 4th choice goalkeeper going into this season. They signed him for free. He didn't play a game. I've sold him to Huddersfield for 600k. More profit, baby. And Ben Osborne as well has been sold to Championship rivals Bristol City. A decent player, a decent Championship player anyway, but we just didn't really need him in the squad. We needed players with a bit more flair. A bit more attacking intent, essentially. Players with more attacking intent. He's a defensive winger. We're not about that. We sold him for 6.75 million to Bristol City after we paid set 3.5. Again, I'm making the club money. That was until I then went and spent most of the money again. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, as they say. It doesn't make sense.
Donut!
Phil Jagielka, however you say it. He's ended up in Mallorca at the age of 39. He's not on a lot of money, but I can't blame him for going to Mallorca. Can you? Not at all. And David McGoldrick, the other notable departure, has gone to Russia. Not quite Mallorca, but Moscow, you know, it's a nice place. 3.1 million, more profit for the lovely Sheffield United. He probably could have stayed and done a job for us, but if we're going to play one striker up top, need to get rid of one of the two experienced ones, especially between him and Billy Sharp. And it wasn't going to be Billy Sharp, was it? He's a legend around the place. Again, yeah, he could have done a job, but there's no need for him to be here. Bye-bye, David. Thank you for your service. It's much, much easier getting rid of players that you've got no attachment to. Aberdeen fan. wasn't even in charge of Sheffield last season. It doesn't matter to me. But first in the door was Billy Gilmour. Yeah, that's right. He's going to the Euros and he's coming to Sheffield as well. So I know where I'd rather be going. Make of that what you will. Should have said that.
I should not have said that.
He's on 7.5 grand a week on loan from Chelsea. A very, very good technical player. Very, very decent. 15s, a lot of 15s, let's be honest, around there. Decent mentally too. 15 aggression. Wouldn't think that in his interviews and things. Seems like a nice man, but here we are. He's on loan until the end of the season. He's not started his career very well here, but I mean, it's fine. We're doing okay, you'll see. Also going to the Euros and coming to Sheffield was fellow Scotsman, fellow centre mid, David Turnbull. Ex-Celtic, Billy Gilmour ex-Rangers, so hopefully no fisticuffs there. We paid 6 million quid for him after he apparently didn't play for Celtic last season because I don't really know why. Injured? Who knows? But we paid 6 million. It doesn't look like a good investment there, does it? 38 games, 15 goals, none of them for us or for Celtic, and an average rating of 6.45. But he'll come good, I'm sure of it. He's got all the attributes too anyway. Again, in fact, possibly better than Billy Gilmour right now, according to this. So, it's decent. He'll do the job. One season, we're going back up, baby, I'm promising you. Andros Townsend came in free of charge. Fond memories of him when he played at Newcastle United. Not done much since then, admittedly. Not that I'm aware of anyway. But we've signed him for free. A very good championship player. Again, it doesn't look like it so far, but he's been fine. He's not done anything terribly wrong. He can dribble, we'll work hard, and he's pretty good physically, basically, and he was free. So we needed a backup winger, and he's our man. Because we had no wingers. Oh yes! People who've been around here, the Calum Right YouTube channel for a while, will be familiar with this man, Curtis Jones, aka Cortus, according to our mate Mora, on loan from Liverpool. I don't know how much wages we're paying, I can't quite remember, I think it maybe is the full 20k, but he's very, very good technically, decent enough physically, and very solid attributes mentally too. He'll come in, he'll do a job, he'll chip in every now and then. He's got an assist after 7 games, he's not even started all of those games, he only started 4 of them I think in the league. Soon, alright. Welcome, Cortus. Did I sign him just so I could do that again? I'll let you decide. This man did cost us a pretty penny, however. Brian Mbeumo from Brentford, 10 million quid. He's come in, played 4 games, 1 assist, 1 goal and a player of the match, average rating of 7. Pretty darn decent. He's very, very good for the Championship, and theoretically if he were going to play the Premier League he would then get better by the time he got there because he's still young, but we're not going to play in the Premier League. We're just going to get Sheffield United there, and that's a darn promise. Very, very good physically was my thinking. Decent enough technically. He's a proven Championship winger, let's be honest, and he'll do the job. But here is our star man, Daniel Podence. It doesn't look like it, all his attributes are going down. He's a very, very small man, but he's our star man. Worth now 14.5 million. We did pay 10.5 for him as well, but it's been worth it. He's the reason we're doing well, and I'll show you the league form just after this. 7 appearances, 5 goals, 4 assists, 2 player matches, delivering over 7.5 on average. He's bloody decent. I love the Portuguese wingers. Again, if you watch my Aberdeen save, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've not watched it, go back and watch it. We had a good time. You probably laugh at me how not confident I was during those until a bit towards the end. But thankfully this man is bloody confident. And let's show you the league form because I'm confident that we're going to go up. As you can see, we are top of the league at the end of August. Doesn't mean much, only 7 games played, but we're undefeated. We've played 7, won 5, drawn 2. Not lost a single game, so that's okay. We've only conceded 2 goals as well, so that is pretty decent. Fulham there. Fellow relegatees. They got relegated with us and they're up there doing pretty well. As well as Sam Cosgrove's Birmingham. It's interesting, but fair play to them. We need to go all the way. Will we go unbeaten? Who knows? We'll find out when you come back in January. It's probably quite unlikely. But at least we're doing better than West Brom. Hopefully we'll do better than West Brom when we take charge of them as well in future. And here's how our form has looked. We kicked it off with a 3-0 win against Yorkshire rivals Barnsley. Bloody brilliant. Even Oli McBurnie scored. Using that aggression well there. Thank you, Oli. So that was good. And then it was 3-0 against Derby. He scored again. Podence double. We were absolutely flying. 1-0 against Luton, 1-0 against Blackburn, 2-0 against Preston, but eventually we did concede our first goal of the league season against Fulham. But as you saw, Fulham flying as well. Going away to Fulham, getting a 1-1 draw, not bad. But it was that man, Oli McBurnie, bailing us out again, who, by the way, we managed to reject a bid on the last day of the season for him and had to promise him that we'll go up. I mean, he said he'll leave if we don't go up, so who cares? We're not going to be here. If we don't go up, at least you'll get to laugh at me and he'll be livid, so that's good. Also rejected a bid for this man, Lice. The Moose Man. He's sticking around too. Decent. But after Fulham, we did lose to Everton in the Carabao Cup. Only 1-0. Not great though, we're out of it, but we're focusing on the Championship. We're focusing on bouncing back. We're focusing on rebuilding the wonderful team of Sheffield United. The biggest team in Sheffield, you may argue. You probably will, because Sheffield Wednesday are League One. I think they're even League One on this. We'll find out. Oh, it'd be nice if we had they're League One on this. It's not looking good for them, is it? And then we drew 1-1 against Stoke City. Not a great result, but fellow Aberdonian Harry Suter did score for them, as well as Daniel Podence for us. So it started pretty well. We'll have a little look at who our best performers have been so far. Average rating, Max Lowe apparently. He's played once, but he played very well in that game, so that's what counts, isn't it? Daniel Podence, as you'd expect, is up there, delivering 7.44 on average in the league. Oh no, that's across all competitions, sorry. Chris Basham, then next, and Enda Stevens, and Oli McBurnie. Basically, we highlighted him, and keeping him and Sander Berge as very important. Clearly keeping him is more important to us, but not as important as the signing of Daniel Podence. Now though, we will fast forward to the January transfer window. We'll see how my league form has been then, and we'll see if I've made any more signings. But before we go any further, I want you to comment down below. Let me know what you think of that transfer business. What else would you have done, and what would you maybe do in January? 14 million quid left to spend. And let me know too where you think we'll end up come the end of the video. Will we go back up as league champions, or will we not even go up at all? Who knows? Stay tuned to find out. And here we are. The date is the 31st of January 2022, and we, Sheffield United, have completed all of our transfer business for the window. Let's have a little look at it, shall we? First out the door was this fella, Luke Freeman. We sold him for 2.5 million. They bought him for 5 million when they first got promoted to the Premier League. Not certain why. Went out on loan to Nottingham Forest, did well there, barely played for us. He's okay, very Championship. He's at Bournemouth now, 2.5 million in the coffers, thank you. My boy Max Lowe then went out on loan to Toronto FC. He didn't play for us, really. He played 8 games in the first half of the season, delivered an average of 7, that was okay. He did score once, but just not quite good enough if we're going to be pushing for the title. Ryan Brewster, a man I earmarked as a potential starter for us at the start of the video, I believe. Gone out on loan to Derby. He's played 7 games for us, didn't start in any of them, and got 1 assist in those games. That was it, no goals. So Derby are paying most of his wages. A good young player, but to be honest, most of the time he's been injured since I got here, and I think in the season before too. Yeah, I'll put this one down as a bad signing. And Ross Townsend on loan to Molde in Norway. Yeah. Scored 2 goals in 16 games, just didn't quite hit the heights we were expecting him to. We signed him as a sort of a backup. That was what he was, but we've gone and signed some better players, so we had to put him out the door, basically. Again, decent, pretty Championship, and not really top level Championship either. Unfortunately, our boy Billy, he's going to the Euros, had to go back to London from Sheffield though. Didn't do so well for us at all. 11 appearances, delivering 6.58. Not great. I think just not ready to play every week, which is quite worrying at Championship level, but obviously doesn't reflect real life, does it? Because he's brilliant, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He should have been good. He wasn't the best. Maybe not cut out for the nitty-gritty of the Championships, probably more than the quality, let's be honest. And last but not least out the door was Michael Verrips, backup goalkeeper. Sold him for 220k to Middlesbrough. Probably not even been on the bench, I don't think. Maybe he had, because I think Simon Moore had to come in and fill in for Ramsdale once upon a time. But yeah, goodbye Michael. Thank you. Trevor Carson came in as Michael Verrip's replacement as third choice goalkeeper. Very much a journeyman. He's been round the leagues in England, up in Scotland most recently with Motherwell. Has done okay, sort of been first, second choice through them, varying between year to year really. Seemed to be first choice for them this season and doing okay, 7.13 average rating, but he found himself on the transfer list somehow. I think his contract was maybe up, so we made a profit on our third choice goalkeeper. Great stuff. He's okay, very solid, won't even make the bench probably unless things go very, very badly wrong. But he's experienced. 9 caps for Northern Ireland. He'll be fine. We signed Demarai Gray for 2 million quid. 1.9 million quid, that is. His 3 appearances would suggest why he was so cheap. Played twice in 2 seasons in the league in the Bundesliga for Bayer Leverkusen after they signed him for free. Still only 25 years old though, so there's a lot of space to get better. We won't see that, obviously, it's a 1-season rebuild. He's electric, good pace, a good option to have, and for so cheap, you can't complain. 25 grand a week, it's not bad. Federico Di Marco has come in on loan from Inter Milan as replacement for Max Lowe, and he's a lot better. He's possibly better than Enda Stevens, certainly at going forward anyway, maybe not at defending. He's decent. It's a very, very cheap. We're actually saving money on him compared to Max Lowe as well. Has played a few games for Inter this season, got a couple of assists, averaging over 7 every game, so that's pretty decent. Not got much else to say about Freddie. Welcome. His name's not Freddie, it's Federico. I'm an idiot. But you already knew that anyway. Yeah. Javier Pastore's come in. If you watched the Aberdeen save, you'll know this is essentially our Milan Barros for this save. Every save, I bring in someone who's a bit older, who I think will do a bit of business, a little bit of experience, and doesn't do it. So far, all he's done is pick up a couple of niggly injuries and then proceed to hit a penalty off the post in the FA Cup against Wickham. So, thanks for that, Javier. Worth all of the money we're paying. He should be good. Can't run so much now, but only 32. He should be very good technically and mentally. Not showing it so far. Not adjusting to life in Yorkshire very well at all. And we spent the big bucks on Anwar El Ghazi. We obviously had some spare money left from the summer window, and we brought in some money and saved some money this window. So we spent it on this fella. We got him for 9 million. Still doing okay for Aston Villa in the Premier League. Maybe not so much, but we know he's capable in the Premier League and certainly capable in the Championship as well. He'll do well for us between now and the end of the season. Very, very good, well-rounded player, can cross, dribble, good finishing, pretty good physically too, as well as mentally. Sort of what we need will hopefully help us see promotion over the line. So let's have a look at where we are in terms of competitions right now at the end of January. We got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Everton. Nobody expected us to beat them, that was fine. In the FA Cup though, we're through to the 5th round. I'll go through some of the results for that. And in the Championship, we've fallen down to 2nd place, 6 points behind Fulham, and more worryingly, only 4 points ahead of Bournemouth, with 16 games to go. Plenty of time, hopefully we don't bottle it. Automatic promotion would be nice. Playoffs, not so nice, very stressful. We'll see how it goes. And in terms of our form, this is how it's been. It's been pretty decent. We've dropped a few silly points like against Preston. Unfortunately, we did lose to Fulham. Very, very costly. Also, we drew at their patch. Now losing our patch, not so good. But we bounced back. Win over Wickham. That was the game in which Javier Pastore missed the penalty. And then smashed Stoke 3-0. Got... All the fixtures are tough in the Championship. There's no easy fixtures, is what I'll say, just to try and save some of my bacon in case I bottle it. In terms of our top performers though, John Fleck leading the way. 5 goals, 8 assists from midfield in 25 appearances. Pretty darn decent. And Enda Stevens might feel hard done by me bringing another left back who I said maybe could be better than him. 3 goals from left back. No assists, which is a bit of a concern. Simon Moore doesn't really count, it was only for 6 games. And Daniel Podence. Pretty good product, pretty good end product from him. 32 appearances, possibly the most of our season, maybe so far. Contributing to 22 goals, doing well so far. And in fact, Oli McBurnie is somehow still our top goal scorer. He's kind of been dropped out of the team more recently for the Moose, we're going to call him. And the Moose has come in and done pretty well. A lot of players have had a few bids on them, which has unsettled them a little bit. But we've managed to convince everyone to stick around because we've got good youth players who will develop, which they won't see that. I won't see that. You won't see that. But it's fine. But in terms of assists, Daniel Podence leads the way. We need to pick up the form towards the end of the season. I'll see you then.
A few moments later.
And here we are, the end of the season. Well, not quite. There's still one game left to play. And as things stand, we are 2 points behind Fulham with one better goal difference than them. But they've got to go to 5th place Blackburn and essentially avoid defeat. Meanwhile, we have got to go to Charlton, already relegated Charlton, and win. If they lose and we win, we go up as champions. We're already automatically promoted, but we want the #1 prize. And so I will jump into the last game of the season, and you will see for the first time of this whole video some gameplay. Won't be the whole thing, but I'll show you any key moments and my reaction to it. I hope you enjoy. Okay, well, things are underway at Valley Parade, I believe it is, and there's a highlight immediately. We're on key highlights, so this could be a goal. It's not a goal. That was a waste of time. And so far, this whole game has been a waste of time. That was the only highlight. It's 0-0 with Blackburn and Fulham, still 0-0 here too. I'm nervous, I'm cracking up. Okay, there's another highlight and we have the ball. It's still 0-0 with Fulham. It's gone out to DeMarco, Deloney. It's gone in! It's gone into the back of the net. As things stand, that Deji Oshalija own goal could send us to the Premier League as champions of the Sky Bet Championship. Let's have a look at it again, shall we? It's the only goal you've seen this whole video, and it was an own goal, so hope it's been worth it. And we've nicked in again. Sander Berge's got the ball. Right, oh no, please don't concede. Let's not do this. It's still 0-0 there. Our boy Zach Viner, ex-Aberdeen also. Okay. It's not gone well. It's really not gone well. We've made some changes, but there is a highlight straight after kickoff, after their goal. Okay, we're messing about at the back. We've given it away. This is not good. Please don't concede again, Sheffield United. Let's not have the only game I'm showing throughout this whole video as a loss. Oh dear. They're playing it about very nicely. They've got Jordan Rose. They're already relegated, lads. Thank you, Aaron Ramsdale. It's very late in the game. Nothing's happening. Okay, there's a late highlight. It's still 0-0 with Fulham. The Moose has flicked it on. We've given it away though. Right, build it from the back. Still time. DeMarco, bomb down that left-hand side. Yes, please. McBurnie! That's poor. That is very bad. And still the highlight goes on though. Trafford holding on to the ball for dear life. Don't know why he's bothering wasting time. They're already down. They've got nothing to play for. That's a great ball from Ramsdale. Mbuemo, find a man. Okay, another chance. In. McBurnie. Nice It's gone in! It's gone in off McBurnie's backside, I think. Okay, we're not even going to look at replay. Get defending, boys. We've gone very defensive. I'm not quite sure what happened with this goal. I thought the highlight was over. DeMarco hoyed it back in. McBurnie took it down. I don't even know who took the shot. It was okay. McBurnie hit it off some. It was basically another own goal, but we'll give the credit to Oli McBurnie. As things stand, we will be champions. It's still 0-0 with Blackburn and Fulham, and we have gone up as champions. We're about to get the trophy. What a bloody roller coaster! This season's been. It's supposed to be a nice, relaxed video, a nice little rebuild. It didn't think I was going to end up being this stressed. We're there. We're getting the photo. I don't know where I am, but there we are. There we go. We've got it. We've got it. There's the championship trophy. I've lifted it before they have. That was terribly planned. Come on, boys. Let's go. Yes. Loving it. Red and white confetti, baby. Sheffield. Yorkshire. Never mind just Sheffield. It's red and white, baby. It's red and white. We'll wait until we see the goalkeeper's cartwheel, and then we'll go through the what's happened, basically. Here we go. Aaron Ramsdale. He loves it. They all love it. The end of season review. Champions of the Sky Bet Championship, Sheffield United. Forgot who's managing there, sorry. Let's have a little look through this then, shall we? Of the new arrivals, apparently the best average rating was Federico DeMarco. Came in January on loan and he provided for us. He bloody well did. Look at him go. 2 goals, 5 assists from left back. He's described as an attacking fullback, and that he was. But even more impressively, to be honest, Anwar El Ghazi came in 17 appearances, scored 10 goals, got 4 assists. Well worth the fee that we paid for him. Well, moving on, Podence also came in, contributed to 27 goals across the whole season. Brilliant. Not so brilliant was Damari Gray. Not a great signing, but he was £2 million. Arguably, he is Premier League quality. He didn't get many starts, to be fair. But he did score a winner against Birmingham. A vital winner against his former club. So thank you very much, Damari. Worth the £2 million, in my opinion, just for that. Mbeumo, Championship proven. 13 goals contributed to. Didn't start as many games as, for example, Podence. But he did very, very well. Curtis Jones. Understated, this man. He came in and contributed 15 goals. He did very, very well at a young age, as on loan from Liverpool. Unlike David Turnbull. Again, the less said about him and Billy Gilmour, the better. And Pastore. He was definitely my Milan Baros. All he did was get injured and miss a pen against Wickham. It wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. Trevor Carson, cheers for coming along for the ride, buddy. Our top goal scorer for the season, for the rebuild, was a man that was already here in his last season's top goal scorer, Oli McBurnie. Just 15 goals. But it was very spread out across the whole team. So it was. And we ended up with the best goal difference in the league as well. So that, oh no we didn't, Brentford. Brentford had a great time. Probably not going to get promoted though. Well, they might in the playoffs. Who knows, they did in real life. And competition results, a lot of green in there. I mean, a few dodgy results that we shouldn't have lost. Ideally, we wouldn't have lost that game against Fulham. Nottingham Forest is one we should regret. Derby County, given they were extremely mid-table too. But the moments to remember, and you won't remember them, but these are the highlights of the season. Smashed QPR 4-0, Barnsley 3-0, and goal of the season was John Fleck. Well done, John, congratulations. Not bothered about the finances, but in theory, if we were going to carry on this save, that's very, very healthy, and I believe the transfer budget going into next season was £40 million, so we would be able to do things with that. And for the most part, apparently, this was our most regular lineup, essentially. It was Ramsdale in goal, we knew that was going to be the case, as with Baldock at right back. Enna Stevens is... This is the best 11 apparently. He's probably lucky to be in there ahead of DeMarco. But Egan and Basham, the centre backs. Fleck, Sander Berge. That's annoying me that Fleck's not on the left hand side considering he's left footed. Curtis Jones up ahead of them with Podence, Mbeumo and McBurnie. And let's have a look at the accolades. The thing you're probably most looking forward to here. Let's see it. Chris Basham was fans player of the season at 33. That's bloody good. That is very good. Young, apparently, player of the season was Federico DeMarco. That's a lie, he's not young. If you're 24, you're no longer young, I'm sorry. But signing of the season, Anwar El Ghazi, can't agree with that. Goal of the season, John Fleck. Top goal scorer, we've already mentioned it, Oli McBurnie. And 16 assists for Daniel Podence. Most player of the match awards, John Fleck. Clearly didn't get COVID in this, unlike in real life, so that's good, well done. Good for him. We're bloody brilliant. We deserved that. History in the making, apparently. We have gone up as champions, and I'm very, very happy to say that. And therefore, the rebuild is complete, and it was a success. We set out in this video with the target of getting Sheffield United promoted in one way or another back to the Premier League at first time of asking. We did so in pretty dramatic fashion as champions, but will we be able to do the same when we try it with Fulham in the next video? Comment down below and let me know what you think. We should need to beat the target of 103 points, and we need to make sure Fulham go up as champions after we did that with Sheffield United. If you've watched this far, you've 100% enjoyed it, so please do let me know by leaving a like rating on the video, and subscribe if you're not already. Plenty more of this kind of thing to come, maybe not just English teams too, and there's also going to be Euros and Copa America content to come too. So stick around for that. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I hope you did enjoy. It was something new. Let me know what you thought of it, and take care.